You're going to hear an audio tape of Grandma Iole Banker, Grandma Iole Martinat Banker, and I'm going to show you photos of the family. This is Iole's husband, Grandpa Bob's Mooney airplane. You can tell it's a Mooney because of the tail kind of pointing in towards the plane a little bit. And this is the actual plane that belonged to Grandpa Bob, Robert Lemuel Banker. And it's probably parked at the El Monte Airport, the San Gabriel Valley Airport it's called now. He used to have a place there where he would park his airplane. And this is my mom, Yolanda Lani Banker, with her mom, Grandma Iole, on the right. So my mom Yolanda has the necklace on, the long necklace, and Grandma Iole has like a pink flower on her shoulder. And you're going to hear Grandma Iole talking in just a minute, but this is my mom Yolanda at 9863 house when the pool was still there, and that was the room that she lived in there, in that room on the end with the separate door. And my mom Yolanda Lani is dressed up wearing her pharmacy attire, so kind of like a pharmacy uniform, pharmacist uniform. And then I just wanted to show you, this is a photo of Grandma Iole, also by the pool that's at 9863, looking across to 9855. So Grandma Iole was really in good shape here. She got heavier later on, but she always used to, when she was older in her 90s, she would always make me get this photo to show to people and say, you know, I know I don't look so great right now, which she did. She still looked good when she was older, but she'd want me to show him this picture and say, you know, once upon a time, I looked pretty good. And she probably had her hair dyed kind of like a blonde color there, I think. So I'm not sure how old she was. I would imagine in her early 30s, maybe. And just one more before the audio tape. This is a picture of my mom, Yolanda Orlani Roberta Banker, her maiden name before she was Coates, at the Santa Anita racetrack in Arcadia. Okay, here's Grandma Iole talking in her Prustinank dialect.
Chamo? I think that's Italian. Chamo's not Italian. Huh? Chamo's not. Oh, I know it's not Italian. But, oh yeah, that's what you say. Chamo. Chamo. Grandma.
My name is Grandmama, and I think the word Grandmama kind of means grandma, is what she would say. But whenever I think of Grandmama, I would say that's Ida, not because she's my grandma, but because she was grandma for a long time to the kids, Yolanda, Lonnie, and Jack. There's Grandpa Bob and Grandma Iole.
Grandma. Chamo. Chamo. Grandmama. That means I.
Chamo, I'm called. And I just wanted to say this pink wall here and the other pink beige wall that's really close on the other side of the driveway there was made by Grandma Iole's father, Dante, and Grandma Iole. And the scallops, they're kind of lining the edge of the yard. That was also made by Grandma Iole's dad, Dante. And Grandma Iole helped build the pool here at 63. So her dad Dante did the cement work and the tile work. You can see the tiles there. And Grandma Iole would be I think she called it like the Hodge carrier or something. She would carry the cement mix or something to them in the pool so they could work on it, but they built the pool themselves. And then we had the pool filled in. It was really expensive with rocks and dirt that was packed really well. That was filled in probably around 2009, 2010, something like that. Okay.
That means I. What about you are Balbumbi? Sim Balbumbi. Some? Sim. What's that? You are. Some? Sim Balbumbi. Na pagla. Le panco 5 minute, but ça c'est comment se chama Coslergif.
So, I think in French an egg is œuf, but in the Prussianic dialect it's more like, it sounds like ew, something like that. So she said, do you know how we say eggs, like in dialect? Something about 5 minutes. I think like 5 minutes with the bread. Maybe we were, a lot of times we were probably cooking when we were having these little chats that when I had the recorder on. So maybe, we were heating up the bread in the oven for 5 minutes, or, she was saying the 5 more minutes on the bread or something like that. This picture was taken at 63.
Some sim. What's that? You are. Some sim balbumbi. Na pagla. Le panco 5 minute, but ça c'est comment se chama Coslergif. Yeah, you were calling egg if instead of it said. Ça c'est comment se chama if. Cosa chama enough. Egg. Yeah, but how do you? But you in your dialect, you're saying it French. You're saying it French. No, if. Well, then tell me what is. Well, lolile singular. In coit and lily. Nef coit and lily.
Coit und lily means an egg cooked in olive oil. Coit und lily. This is my mom, Yolanda Lonnie Roberta Banker, maiden name before Coates. I don't know how old she was there. Let's see if it says on the back. Nope. I think she was probably about 14 or so, just a guess. She has blue eyes, but they look dark in this photo. It's strange. Maybe they were darker when she was younger. And I also wanted to show you, this is a really neat photograph that was taken in Pinerolo, Italy. Or at least it was developed in Pinerolo. Maybe they took it in Milan or Torino. It looks like a fancier place like that with the big fancy buildings and square. But in this photo, this is when Grandma Iole was about 27 years old when she went back to Italy with the kids. So Grandma Iole is on the right there with the long white skirt and the very high heel, those white very high heels. And the two little ones, the taller one is my mom Yolanda Lani when she was 8, and Iola's son Jack when he was probably about 5. And then standing next to Grandma Iole is her mother, Iole Martinat. This was the first time that the kids had been to Italy. Grandma Iole had been to Italy one other time when she was around maybe 7 or so. Maybe 6 or 7. I think they went back during the Depression because things were so bad in America. They were thinking maybe we should move back to Italy. And I think mostly they went back to see Grandma Iola's grandmother, her mom's mom maybe, who was ill at the time, and they wanted to see, this family member one more time before they died. So it kind of a double reason to go, mostly probably because of the family member, but also just to kind of look and see if maybe it was better in Italy. But I think it was Grandma Iola's dad, Dante. I think it was his dad that said, "No, don't stay here. You should go back to America because I can. I think that we're going to have a war here. There's rumblings of war, and the political situation might get worse and turn into war." So he recommended that Dante bring his family back to America. And so he did, and his father was right. Turns out there was World War II, so, they'd lived through World War I, and, and probably had an idea that things were starting to look bad again. So that was a good recommendation. It's much worse to be in Italy during World War II than in America. So that was the first time that Grandma Iole went to Italy when she was just a child, probably around 6 or so, which probably would have made her mom around 36, I'd imagine. Okay, and then this is a photo with my mom, Yolanda Alani Roberta Banker, on the left, the far left, so not the first row, but the second row there. I imagine this might be with other pharmacy students. It looks kind of like USC, like a building there maybe with the bricks. And she seems to look like she's around the age of pharmacy student age. So maybe these were the only female pharmacists in the program. She was one of the very first female pharmacists in pharmacy school. Mostly at that time there was just men as pharmacists, although now that's flipped on its head and it's mostly women. But she was kind of a pioneer, one of the first women in pharmacy school and in pharmacy at that time when it wasn't so common. Okay, and last picture, this might be other, I kind of recognize one of them maybe, pharmacy students again, the women, and there's my mom, top row in the center there, Yolanda Lani Banker coats. Banker at that time, not coats yet. Right in the center. Okay.
In kwijtend lily. Neef kwijtend lily. Or in kwijtend lily. So which one is it? Either one. I think you're because Uf is French. Uf is French? Oh, other than being ew. Yeah, that sounds more like your dialect. Alright. Ew. Ew. How do you say 2 eggs? Huh? How do you say 2 eggs? Doi. 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 Ew. 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 I take sama and 3 minutes in beetje 5 minutes. You call me in 3 rather than 5 minutes? Good. That's because of the bouillie. Bouillie. What's that? Because of it. Cosafai. Boil?
Cosafai means what am I doing? So tastu means like do you. So there's a photo of my dad, Eugene Arthur Coates, on the left there, and who I would call Grandmama. Just her, everybody kind of referred to her as Grandmama. Iole Martinat, and then me. She gave me the name Annie, the nickname. Ida did. And my mom just told me today that she remembers one time she got home from work or from something, and Grandmama Ida had been with me, and Ida told my mom, "Oh, I'm so excited. Your little baby Annie just noticed her hands today." Like, I was probably, little babies kind of finally figure something out, and I must have noticed how to use my hands or something that day, so she was so excited.
I take sama and 3 minutes in beetje 5 minutes. You call me in 3 rather than 5 minutes? Good. That's because of the bouillie. Bouillie. What's that? Because of it.
So when she says buka, she's saying like, look. She doesn't want to tell me what bouillie means. She wants me to figure it out by watching what she's doing.
Take sama and 3 minutes in beetje 5 minutes. You call me in 3 rather than 5 minutes? Good. That's because of the bouillie. Bouillie. What's that?
Buka susi means like look here. Buka, look here. Buka susi, look here.
That's because of the bouillie. Bouillie. What's that? Because susi. Cosafai. Boil? How do you say boil? Bouillie.
So, bouillie means to boil.
Cosafai. Boil? How do you say boil? Bouillie. How do you say it's almost boiling?
Just means right. That's right. So on the right here, we have Grandma Iole in the dark blouse. I like her hair there. It's stylish. And then a neighbor that was renting one of their houses, I think. Maybe that's Mari. Maybe she was from Chile or Puerto Rico. Maybe Puerto Rico. I think so. And then my Grandpa Bob, Robert Lemuel Banker, and then my mom, Lonnie Yolanda Banker, and me. So I was asking, how do you say to almost boil?
How do you say it's almost boiling? Kazi. Kazi or skazi? Skazi buye. Maura bui. Okay.
So now it's really boiling, bui or something like that. And when she said just, that means like that's right. Ura is now, so now it is boiling. It's not just almost boiling.
Skazi buye. Maura bui. Okay. What about boiling too much? A bui trop. A bui trop. A bui trop fort. Trop fort. Lei supa está tranquila. Oh, you don't let me be still? You never give me peace? Yeah. You kidding?
So she was saying something like, I'm not letting you, she's trying to say, she is saying, I'm keeping you busy, I'm not letting you rest or stay quiet and always have something for you to do. And this photo shows Iole's son Jack on the left, John Lemuel Banker, me in the stroller, and then Grandmama, Ida, Revoir Martinat. Ida Anna Maria Revoir Martinat. And I'm not sure exactly where this was taken.
Lei supa está tranquila. Oh, you don't let me be still? You never give me peace? Yeah. You kidding?
Like she never lets me be still as something for me to do. And then, but now, like now there's nothing for me to do, I think she said. That's exactly how it is now that I let something happen to her. So, now that she's gone forever, I have nothing to do. I had so much to do when she was here to take care of her. But now there's too much quiet, too much peace. I miss that. It was tiring sometimes. Probably could have used a break here and there, but now I definitely miss that. I wish I could be tired with it again.
Let me be still? You never give me peace? Yeah. You kidding?
So like now, no more to do. I'll give you no more to do.
Lei supa está tranquila. Oh, you don't let me be still? You never give me peace? Yeah. You kidding?
Like now there's nothing to do, This is my mom, Yolanda Lonnie Banker, riding a horse. I think it looks like a real horse, I think.
What do you think? Sa mama fez assim, Se pas tranquilla una minuta, anche me commessi. If Mom was here, neither of us would have. Yeah. Well, I meant to say, I'm just as bad as Mom, bothering you all the time. Never.
Let's see. So this is my mom, Yolanda. I don't know, maybe she was around 11 there? 10 or 11? So Grandma Yola was saying, I don't leave you alone for even a minute. I don't give you a minute of tranquility.
What do you think?
So if Mom was here, is what she just said right there.
What do you think? Se mamma fosse assim, se pas tranquilla una minuta, anche me.
If Mom was here, we wouldn't be at peace or tranquil for even a minute. Maybe she'd, be talking or something. She liked to talk a lot.
Se mamma fosse assim, se pas tranquilla una minuta, anche me commessi. If Mom was here, neither of us would have. Yeah.
So anche mak me, like she's saying, I wouldn't have peace for a minute either.
Se mamma fosse assim, se pas tranquilla una minuta, anche me commessi. If Mom was here, neither of us would have. Yeah. Well, I meant to say, I'm just as bad as Mom, bothering you all the time. Well, aspetta che venga Bicalo live. Abito Port Manera. Wait till we look at the water stuff and see if it's boiling too hard first.
So buka is look. Whoops. Buka is look, and Iva is water, and plufort is too much. So we're trying to see if the water is boiling too forcefully, too high of a boil. I like this photo. I'm not sure where it was taken, somewhere in California probably, at a lake, like the old car. You can see the kids. It's Grandma Yola and Grandpa Bob's daughter, Yolanda Lonnie, and son, John Jack. And there's Grandpa Bob. I like that picture of him. I think he looks really good there. So he was probably around, I don't know, early 30s, 33, 35, maybe something like that. So. Spetta, I think, is like wait, like aspettare in Italian. So spetta, wait, let's look and see how the water is doing. Is it boiling too much?
It's as bad as Mom, bothering you all the time. Well, aspetta che venga Bicalo live. Abito Port Manera. Wait till we...
Magara is maybe.
Live. Abito Port Manera. Wait till we look at the water stuff and see if it's boiling too hard first. What do you see in the picture? Layo na ka, el montone, nglock, fuel, el piante. I might be kakalai. Kakalai?
So I said, what do you see in this picture? So I'm not sure what picture she was looking at, but the picture might have been a little bit like this one, just what she was talking about. A house. Okay, mountains.
Water stuff and see if it's boiling too hard first. What do you see in the picture?
So there's a house. in the picture, and mountains and a lake.
Wait till we look at the water stuff and see if it's boiling too hard first. What do you see in the picture? Layo na ka,